The online assessment of writing methods. In this video, we're going to talk about the speech recognition part of the writing evaluation. In the first part of this video, I'll do a quick overview as well as give some information about speech recognition hardware and software so you know what your students will need to do this part of the evaluation. Please would you watch the video about the handwriting part of this evaluation before watching this video. There are more details in that video that I'm not going to repeat here. Let's talk briefly about speech recognition. I will be covering speech recognition in some webinars in a lot of detail, but for this video I want to give you the essential information you need to get started with the online evaluation site. This is the way speech recognition technology works. The student talks and the words appear on the screen as they're talking.
His mom died when he was 9 years old, period.
What I like about cars. Uppercase that. New line. I really like cars, period. I have liked cars ever since I was a kid, period. I know more about cars now than I did then, period.
The number of different speech recognition tools has grown very rapidly in the last couple of years. Some of them work a little bit differently than this, but for the purposes of this evaluation tool, we're going to talk about immediate speech recognition, where as the student is talking, the words are appearing on the screen, and then the student has the option of making corrections or edits with voice or with the keyboard. There are numerous programs available, but I'm going to focus on three that I will be demonstrating later on. The first one is iOS 13 voice control on the iPad and the iPhone. Currently, that is absolutely my all-time favorite, and I use that a lot in my work, and I think it has very significant benefits for students with writing challenges. I will also be discussing and demonstrating the use of built-in speech recognition on the Android and iPad tablets, and then we'll also look at Dragon Naturally Speaking on Windows laptops or Windows computers. I do have a lot more information about the different kinds of speech for writing, including voice recording and speech recognition. That's on my website at www.powerofspeech.info, and it's in my book, The Power of Speech for Writing, and that can be found at the same website. If you've watched the first three videos, the ones on handwriting, typing, and voice recording, then by now you'll be familiar with how you need to be recording information on the test setup page before the student participates in the test or exercise. And I will also have other videos about data collection and the test setup. Once the test setup is done, then the student can do the speech recognition writing test or exercise. It's really very quick and easy. The student starts dictating, the text appears as the student is dictating, and then they have the option of making corrections, and when they are done, they hit the I'm done button. The website records writing speed and in some cases accuracy if the student was doing a copy typing exercise. Here are the details on how to do speech recognition exercises on this website. As I've mentioned in a few different places, you really should go and do the status and settings and test setup page. And this is where you would need to make sure that speech recognition is selected. I'll make this a little bit bigger here so you can see it. Speech recognition is selected. I do think it's really important to identify which kind of speech recognition. And as I've said, there are many different kinds nowadays and new programs coming out all the time. So if it's not listed here, you can hit other and then you can go and document more information under additional information. I also think it's important to document what kind of hardware you're using. So for now, the first demonstration I'm going to do is on Windows and speech recognition, and I'm going to use Dragon Naturally Speaking, and I currently am using an external microphone. I would, if I'm working with a student, I would actually document exactly what kind of microphone is being used here. And then you can again go and document any of the other test setup variables, and then I'm going to go down to save changes, and now the student is ready to take the exercise. So I'm going up to the top here to tests and exercises for children, open writing, and I'm going to go to speech recognition and to take exercise. So now, with the way Dragon Naturally Speaking works, when I turn the microphone on here, I've already got the program trained to my voice. I know nowadays the program doesn't necessarily need training. Accuracy will always be better if the student does the training, although it's not necessary. So I'm ready here to start dictating. I'm just going to make this text size a little bit bigger here. And I'm just going to dictate as if I'm a child dictating about my interests, so you can see what it looks like. I am looking forward to summer and warm weather, period. I like to go outside when it's warm, period. I like to ride my bike, period. In the summer, my friends and I go outside and we play, period. We go to the park and we ride our bikes on the trails, period. We play. Sometimes I take my dog out for a walk, period. And there are times in the summer that we go to the park and we also go to the pool and we swim with friends, period. Okay, I've turned my microphone off and now I'm going to hit I'm done. And it gives an accuracy, it gives a words per minute, and it gives the amount of time taken and the words typed. You'll see that I did not go in and make corrections. I will go over speech recognition in more detail with other videos, but this is where the teacher or parent grading comes in the report section, where you can go in and grade students' work. This is how to do the speech recognition portion on the iPad using iOS 13 and using the voice control feature in the new iOS 13. I've used speech recognition for many years, and I've also used it with students for many years. And I have to say that the new iOS 13 voice control is really wonderful. It's incredible actually how powerful it is. It can be used without Wi-Fi connection, and the accuracy is really phenomenal considering it is speaker independent speech recognition and the voice doesn't need to be trained. Under my account, I'm in the student account right now, and under my account I'm going to go to status and settings, and then I'm going to go here to test setup, and I'm going to make sure that under speech recognition software I have iOS 13 voice control selected, and then here I'm going to say no external microphone, because I'm just dictating right to the iPad. And then I'll go down to the bottom and hit Save Changes, and then go to the top and go to Tests and Exercises. And your student can select exercises for teens or children. It really makes no difference. And then under Writing Methods here, I'm going to go to Open Writing, and then I'm going to go and select Speech Recognition. And then I'll go to Take Exercise. So I'm going to turn my microphone on and then I'm going to dictate. I like spring and summer because the weather is warm, period. I like getting out on my bike and riding around in my neighborhood when it's warm, period. I also like going to the pool with my friends, period. Even though the winter has not been very cold with a lot of snow, I'm still looking forward to summer and getting outside, period. So now I've turned my microphone off and then I'm going to hit I'm done. And it gives a words per minute and words typed, and that will be in the records for a teacher or an adult to go in and take a look at the text that was written, as well as do some grading. Teachers and adults can do grading from the admin account. Grading is not possible from the student account. So now I'm going to show you how to do the same exercise. I'm just going to say, well, I'm not going to take this exercise again, because really what I need to do is go to my account, and under status and settings and test setup, what I'm going to do is show you how the speech recognition works with the built-in speech recognition in the iOS keyboard. So this is different speech recognition. The previous one in iOS 13, the voice control, allows for voice editing. The program I'm going to show you now, the speech recognition I'll show you now, is built into the iOS keyboard, and it does not allow for editing, and it is more limited. It does need a Wi-Fi connection, and it's limited in terms of the amount of time that a student can dictate. But I'll show that to you anyway, how it works. So here under speech recognition software, I'm going to select this one here, iOS built-in, and device type. Oh, I think I left that on Windows for the last one, which was wrong. I'm doing this too quickly. So here I would do iPad is device type, and then I'm going to go down and hit Save Changes and go up to Tests and Exercises, select Speech Recognition, and Take Exercise. So now the student uses this icon here. This is the built-in speech recognition that is built into the keyboard on the iPad. And it functions somewhat differently. I do believe from my experimentation that the accuracy is better with the voice control, and voice control also allows for voice editing, which this one doesn't. But let me show you how that works anyway. When I turn the microphone on, I will stop talking to you, because then I need to be dictating. So note that you need to turn the microphone off to stop dictating, but then when the student is done, then the student will hit I'm done when they're done with the speech recognition. And again, the same data is collected.